The purpose of this exercise is to build upon the last and help you to develop a method for allowing what you want to come to you. Part of this is developing your own language of imagery and symbolism. And before you allow the music and the tones to guide you into a state of deep relaxation and powerful focus, I would just like to draw your attention to something that often sabotages us, which is getting too fixed in our ideas about how this object or this situation or this feeling will turn up in our lives. The universe will bring this to you in its own way, and it's your job to be attentive and flexible, and listen to your intuition and take the inspired action that flows from this feeling. This will lead you naturally and easily towards accomplishing what you want. So now, take a moment to get comfortable, and it's probably best to do this exercise sitting comfortably, sitting up, but if you need to lie down, that's fine too. And I invite you to take a moment to just set an intention to be reasonably still. Obviously, if you feel any real discomfort, then move, but move with mindfulness and presence. And I'd also invite you to just listen to the sounds around you, my voice, the music, the tones, and any sounds you might hear from outside through the headphones. And listening as if you were trying to hear something very faint and far away. And being aware of your breathing, not trying to control it, just allowing the breath and everything else to just be as it is. And the weight and warmth of your body, your general mood. Whether your mind is busy or dull, and it really doesn't matter which it is. And perhaps just using the breath, using that breathing to create the center of this experience. Aware of the breath coming in and flowing out, much as the waves of the ocean roll up and down the beach. Nothing to do or accomplish, just flowing. Listening and breathing. That, in itself, will be enough to facilitate the music and the tones in producing a profound relaxation, as well as a comfortable, sustainable focus. You might want to imagine now, just think about creating the sense of a perfect place of safety and ease, becoming curious about this space and this place. It might be something particularly interesting about the energy, the vibration, or colors, sounds and smells. Just something that lets you know that it's the right place for you to just let go a little bit more, to go a little bit deeper. And you can be, or have, or do anything you like, and you don't have to justify that or explain it to anyone. So now just focusing even more on really becoming established in that feeling. And what I invite you to do now, as you focus on that situation, that feeling, that object, is just to create in your mind the image of a ball of energy. The ball of energy might just be in your lap, roughly level with the pelvic bowl, and you might even imagine holding it in your hands, a beautiful ball of vibrant energy. It can be any color that feels right for you. And some will see this clearly shimmering beautifully. Some will just think about it, or just have some sense of knowing that it's there. And some will feel it. It really doesn't matter, just as long as you know in some way that it's there. And put all of that feeling into it, all of that feeling into that energy ball. All of the things that you want, maybe the specific thing that you're trying to achieve, whatever that looks like. Just seeing it go into that ball of energy in any way that makes sense to you now. And anything that you would like to let go of, any doubt or negativity about yourself, or some character trait that you think might get in the way, whatever that looks like for you, you can just imagine that going into that ball of energy. And if there is a character trait that you'd like more of, that you think will be part of this journey to accomplishing, to living in this abundance, well, you can just put that in there too, in whatever way makes sense to you. And you could just see that going through and into the ball. Or you could just know that it's in there. Now really make that ball of energy vibrate at the same frequency, so that it feels like something that matches that feeling of abundance, of exuberance, that object, that situation is merely an expression of that vibration. Just really feel that, and I'll leave you for a short while so that you can do that. Now that you've done that, I want you to bring that ball. Imagine picking it up in your hands, if you will, or rolling it up your body until it's over your heart area. Now imagine that energy going into your heart. And imagine that from the heart now, it's radiating out through all time and space. Radiating out and connecting with the universal mind, with the universe, with all that is. However you want to imagine the field of pure potential.